Let's see how it'll look. Fabulous. So, I'm gonna be rambling on about some items for Season 7. I've made a personal BIS list. This is a personal BIS list. I mean, I guess you can't even call this a BIS list because this is probably not BIS list. Like it's very hard to. I kind of hate the term BIS list for PvP because it's very hard. Like you can't sim it. It's very easy to say this is BIS for PvE because you can try out different gear sets and you can just sim it and then you can be like, well, this is objectively the best. But for PvP, there are so many variables. You can't just be like, this is objectively the best.
Shut up and get to the point!
I'm like getting off on the wrong foot here. Fuck. I'm getting off on. Let's rewind this whole thing. Let's go back. So what's up, guys? Here's the gear that I'm gonna be going for in Season 7. This is subject to change, as always. It was very much the same last Season 2. I had a sort of like... This is like a hypothesis for what I'm gonna be wearing, but this might this is subject to change. Let's get into it. So obviously you want to go 4 set PvP. Now you want to pick one offset piece that does not, that is like, you want to pick four PvP, 4 set PvP, and then one piece that is not the set. You can pick any, and I do believe these are the best choice to go with. There are like pieces you could go, like this chest isn't even bad. I mean, you could go with almost any of these, but I personally believe this is best, because this has expertise, these shoulders, and you kind of want that. Neck, Color of Unending Torment from 10 man. This is a solid choice. You could go for a higher item level one from 25 man, but this has haste, so I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of that. And the difference is kind of marginal, going from Seed of Budding Carnage, which you used last season, or well, most people used. So going from this to this, it's kind of small. Not gonna lie, it's kind of small. So you're not gonna like going from this to this is like, I don't think you'll really notice while playing. But yeah. Yeah, then the shoulders. These are very good because it doesn't have hit. A lot of this stuff here doesn't have hit. This is like all the good stats. Armor pen expertise. This is what I'm running currently. So depending on how long it takes for me to get this, I will be playing with this, and this has hit expertise. So again, going from 252 to 258, it's not like such a massive up, but it's still quite a lot, especially if you change a dead stat to an actual good one. But then again, like the hit, as I talked about hit last time in Season 6, I still sort of view hit the same way. Like in my current set that I'm going for here, I have 6.5% hit. Going above that, I don't think I hate that. Because you do run into rogues with heightened senses, and I am a big hater of RNG. RNG like rustles my jimmies real bad, which lowers my my enjoyment of like a current session. You can fuck my current set. Like, you can fuck my mood real hard by having a bunch of bullshit RNG happen. So to like actually have sort of like dead hit in your gear and avoid one like heightened senses blind miss or something is actually maybe worth, if you're not sacrificing too much. But yeah, it is what it is. This is the gear I'm currently running, and yeah. So yeah, running these shoulders from Moldor still in Season 7. I don't hate it. It's alright. It's just these are pretty good. Then obviously as a back, this is like insane. It's like exact same stats from Drape of the Faithful General that you run in Season 6. So going from this to this, it's like actually crazy item level bump. So yeah, this is what I'm going for. I have top prio on this. So as soon as this drops, I will have it. But in the meantime, the 10-man version is alright. 10-man version is alright as well. This is maybe easier to get. This is like less of an insane bump up, but you know, it is what it is. This I wouldn't run. This is haste. Yeah, you can run Drape with Faceless General as well. Like, this is not bad. This is not bad. Still pretty good. Yeah. This is probably gonna be hard for people to get. It's gonna be hard for me to get even. It's gonna be hard to like get my guild to actually clear no wipes. So I'm not gonna say this for a while. The 10-man one is gonna be faster to get. Yeah. Then we have the PvP chest, of course. Want the 4 set. Armbands of Dark Determination. Now this is good. It has hit and crit. And no, like, dead stats. I guess you can run Floxing Energy Coils as well. This is a kind of a big bump up. Yeah, I think I'd rather this has Armor Pen, to be honest. Like, if it has hit and Armor Pen and AP. These are pretty good. Like, just straight up to the bump in item level makes this worth using. But yeah, again, and running Floxing Energy Coils from last season, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. This is usable, for sure. You're not gonna be like gimped running these. But yeah, the nice thing about like running Drape, next season is gonna be alright for like newer rogues, because running Drape is fine, running these wrists is fine, and you can get these from heroics, like Floxing Energy Coils and shit. Onto the weapon. Alright, so I picked the PvP dagger just so I could bump my resilience up a little higher. I think what I would do actually is, because weapons are expensive to buy, like these cost a lot of arena points. So early season getting this is big. This is big, because then you can spend your points on other shit. So it kind of depends on like where you're at. I think eventually I want to run the spike, but early season I want to run the PV dagger. So hopefully this drops, because it is an upgrade from Fang of Oblivion. Definitely an up. So yeah, offhand, there's not really any question. This Stygian Blade Breaker is very good. Has everything you kind of want. But the thing is, you could use this one as well, Blood Fury. The axe. This might be easier for you to get. I don't think I want to run this axe. Like if you're in a like a raid where nobody really wants this, because nobody really does want this. This is not that useful for anyone. While this is contested. Assassination rogues want this, and assassination rogues want 2 of these. So this might be harder to get than this Blood Fury thing. So, like, let's say you run GDKPs. This probably goes for a lot, and this is probably way cheaper. So if you're not like stacked, for money, I think you can just go Blood Fury. That's probably what I'd do. Because the difference is like negligible. It's 0.1 speed change, pretty much. The stats are the same, kinda, just like twisted around a little bit. But yeah, enough about that. Gloves, PvP, of course, with the Pyro Rocket. Belt is an interesting one. I think you still run Soul Devouring Singe. This belt is fucking insane. Still, you get tons of expertise. 2 red sockets. Like this thing is good. This thing is still solid. You can run this. You could run this just for the item level bump, going from 239 to 258. Maybe. But if you actually look at the stats, what are you gaining? What are you actually gaining from going this? You gain 1 agi. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You gain a ton of stamina though. Like, that's kind of what you're gaining when swapping to this. You gain 40 stamina here. And then, if you look at the AP, you gain 5 AP. Again, big whoop. you gain 76 haste and 68 hit, and you lose crit and the expertise. So like, none of these stats are really desirable on this, except the stamina. And that's it. There are no alternatives. There are no belt alternatives. This is it. So I think you want to use this. This is the belt of choice. Then the PvP legs, of course. So now you complete the 4 set. And here we get to the item that I'm sort of like not going against the grain a little bit, which is the acid maw treads. These are first of all easier to get. These are contested. I will get these ones eventually as well, but these I don't have top prio on. So acid maw treads. These are very good for the hit, expertise. Like combined, these are the like 3 expertise pieces you run: boots, belt, and shoulders. So you get dodge, parry, reaction 5.5. I've noticed I'm playing with like sort of similar set currently with like expertise, boots, belt, and shoulders, and this I'm advocating for, because it makes warrior teams, it makes like teams that dodge and parry a lot. It makes those teams so much like nicer to play, so much like more consistent. You straight up lose games on gouge dodges, just straight up, like that will lose you games. So going from like, the alternative is the Ice Walker treads, which I think Avizura is going for. Yeah, Avizura wants these Ice Walker treads, or treads of the Ice Walker. And now the difference here is you gain like a little bit of stats more, obviously, because the item level is higher. So you do gain stamina, a little bit of AP, a little bit of hit, but you're sort of trading the expertise for the armor pen, which you can do. Definitely could do that. You could definitely go with these as well. These might be better overall, but like, I'm willing to trade the armor pen for the extra expertise, because like, I feel like this is a point where it becomes very manageable. You don't have your gouges dodged and parried as much when you queue into warrior pally. Again, subject to change. I might get these boots, try them out, and be like, well, fuck me, these are not that good. But as for now, I'm advocating for the expertise, because I'm currently in Season 6, I ran these boots strictly for the expertise. So yeah, on to the rings. Planestalker band. This from TOC 10 man. A good ring. You get hit. An armor pen. There aren't that many options. This is a higher item level piece. A very contested ring for a 25 man, and the stats are just strictly worse, I think, for PvP. You get less AP, you don't get armor pen, you get haste, and no hit. So this is like, you don't want this. But if you have this and you have nothing else, then this is not terrible. This is just better. If you have, this you could get from vendor, and it's very similar, very similar. You lose some stats, but overall this is just as good, almost. So, and this from a vendor, so yeah. And then the other ring, brand signature ring. This is good. There's no other way around it. This is really good. AP crits, armor pen, solid ring. And now onto the trinkets. Now the trinkets are a tough one. I've been thinking about this. I'm currently not convinced this item is all that good for Disc Rogue. If you play human, this is a no-brainer. You run Death's Choice and Mjolnir, of course. Like, no two ways about it. But the issue is, if you're not human, you run a PvP trinket. So you have to pick one. You have to pick one here. Now, overall, there are good things to say about both. like the passive AP, 288 passive AP is pretty substantial, and the proc is not bad. But you have to understand this proc for agi users is way less potent than for strength users. Strength users get 2 AP per 1 strength. Agi users get 1 AP per 1 agi. So what this proc essentially does is it increases your AP by 500. You get 510 AP when this procs, and some crit and some dodge, shit like that. So if you think about this like straight up proc wise, this proc is worse. It's worse than Mjolnir. 751 armor burn, it's fucking cracked. It's insane. The only sort of like big issue here is the passive crit. The passive crit is dog shit compared to the AP. But I think Mjolnir might be better. But if you have access to Death's Choice, I will maybe get it eventually. I don't know. We'll see. If you have access to Death's Choice, try it out for yourself. See how you like it. I won't be getting this anytime soon. But I am content running with Mjolnir just fine. And then the PvP trinket. I run the Resi one. You could run the armor, the AP one as well, but then you drop 108 Resi. Quick side note here about the trinkets. Unless you're playing like some 2 DPS thing and you don't really care about Resi or something, you're always better off using the PvP trinket with resilience on it instead of the AP one. And here is why. If you look at the ratio of AP to resilience when you like swap these around, this gives 190 attack power, and then the Resi trinket gives 108 Resi. So let's look at the ratio here. So the ratio is 1.759 blah 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 blah. And if you compare the gems, the AP gem gives 40 AP, and the Resi gem gives 20 Resi. So you're working with a ratio of 40 to 20, so that's 2. Ratio of 2. So you get 2 AP per 1 Resi using these, but you only get 1.75 or 1.76 rounded AP per Resi by using the PvP trinket with AP on it. So you're better off just like if you need more, if you want less Resi and you want more AP, you're better off gemming. You're way better off gemming for AP instead. Don't use the trinket. I don't see a way to make it like smart, so I'd rather just run the Resi one. And then of course twirling blades. This is a good one. Still. BIS. I don't think there's anything better. Not in terms of throwing. Yep. This is the best throwing weapon. And you want a throwing weapon too. You want to be able to daily throw sometimes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is what I will be going for. Couple of, I think for the most part this is not going to change. Or what I'm actually going to be wearing is not going to change. I might revisit these boots once I get them. I'm not top prio on these. And the same thing with the trinket. I might revisit Death's Choice once I get it, if I get it even. I'm pretty low on it. And the same thing with the weapon. I might run this and then just never go to the PvP one. If I get this early season, I will definitely run it. But yeah, rest I think should stay unchanged. There's not really much to it. That's about it for Season 7. Take care.